Dean Crutchfield is the founder of media advisory firm Dean Crutchfield Associates, with us tonight at the NASDAQ. You heard the Disney CEO Bob Iger call this a smart business strategy. Do you agree? Is it smart for shareholders?
Well, put it this way, it was a simple statement by Mr. Iger, but it was a very big move by Disney that I think will have huge ramifications for its business. Mostly, I believe, will be positive. I think this is a tremendous, effort on their part and a very big surprise move where they've leapfrogged an entire category and have now projected themselves to be the voice of health and wellness for kids around the world.
But how does
tremendous brand strategy.
Dean, how does that add to the financials that Disney may see post 2015 when this takes effect?
What you're going to find is that a lot of other brands and corporations are going to look to create either new product portfolios or look at what they have in their offerings and look at what's better for you and what's good for you and work with Disney to look at what those criteria are. So there will be a progression where there will even be potentially modification of people's products. Given the power and the momentum that this move will make, it will have implications for all the other media players, that they either have to lead or follow in the same suit.
To that point, let's broaden this out to those other children-targeted channels, because these are big media companies as well. We're talking about Nickelodeon, owned by Viacom, Time Warner's Cartoon Network. Maybe that skews a little bit older, at least in the evening hours, or so I've been told, Dean. But how does this impact their possible response in the years ahead?
I think the best phrase that comes to mind is, if you don't like change, you'll like irrelevance even less. Now that seems rather brash for some of the major brands that they have, like Nickelodeon, but what we're talking about here is a very wise, very powerful brand strategy that Disney has unleashed that we haven't really woken up to yet, and that is, they've made it easy for mum. It's all about making it easy for mum. Mm-hmm. She's in chaos, she's confused, the aisle is a mess of icons and promotions. She doesn't know what to give her children, and she has little to afford.
Are you referring to the Mickey check strategy, this Mickey check strategy that it will offer up its advertisers that essentially will brand healthy food in the grocery aisle, even more so than just on television, on the advertisements?
Well, I believe that's the trajectory of where this can go. Disney has always shown that it's a business that can ramp up and work itself very nicely when it comes to managing assets and acquiring those that it needs. Here's a situation where it's a new market, but I believe that it can pull it off. What more do you want, Mum? You have Disney, a brand we all trust, and now you have a character or a mark related to a character that is literally going to give you the confidence that this is good for your child.
But isn't this supplanting a role traditionally held by a government agency, quite honestly?
Well, I think it's the role of brands. I think that this is the role of big brands that we've been asking for, that Michelle Obama was also requesting in her statement, that big brands have a responsibility. They're employee brands, consumer brands, trade brands, environment brands. They have that role. They have that place. Okay. And they are trying. They are trying. We know they are. But in that milieu, confusion is running riot. And it's not easy for mum.
We've got to leave it there. Do you own any Disney stock, by the way?
I don't. No.
Dean Crutchfield with us tonight at the NASDAQ. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Now, we also have this on food tonight. The U.S. Senate expected to vote later this week on a new farm bill that will save taxpayers about $23 billion over the next decade if made into law. Part of that savings will come from a big change in the way farmers are subsidized by the government. From Chicago, the Guy Neston explains.
For the past 16 years, U.S. farmers have gotten paid if they produced a crop or not. Direct payments were supposed to be a safety net for farmers. Now they've been cut from the 2012 Farm Bill, headed to the Senate floor this week. Instead, farmers will be covered by crop insurance that will compensate them if there's bad weather or if the market changes and prices drop. Agricultural economist Dan Bossie says the change will help farmers do